Hey, welcome to Your Shores Prepping. I'm your host, Greg. Please continue to like, subscribe, share this channel, refer this channel. We now know that YouTube has been throttling this channel back, not promoting it, not showing the videos, so on and so forth. So please leave your comments, leave your likes, if you think it's worthwhile. China released some COVID numbers, and how accurate we're not for certain, but the fact that they just released some numbers on infections and deaths is at least a step forward in that. Why am I bringing this up? Because the incompetent chief and commander-in-chief still has open borders. We are still plagued with COVID. I know here locally, the hospitals have said there has been 848 new cases admitted to the hospital for COVID pneumonia. So the COVID is still here. It is still on the rise. And thanks to China and Biden's open borders, we will never get rid of this infection. Here are some of the numbers to think about, contemplate in your mind, and they are staggering. Just for the numbers from December 8th to January 12th, 2023, this is released by the Interior Minister. An estimated 37 million Chinese citizens have been infected each day throughout all of China. 37 million per day. 60,000 deaths from COVID pneumonia per day are still occurring. Now, by most estimates, these numbers are fudged. So, still, it is a staggering amount. People in the hospitals are literally being treated in the hallway because with those staggering numbers, the hospitals are overwhelmed by 2 times the capacity of people. The peak of it is 37 million population per day, 248 million infected. Crematoriums are running 24/7, and the waiting list for cremation is up to 5 days. So people that have lost their loved ones are having to keep them someplace for up to 7 days before they can be cremated. There are reports of human remains being left at the roadside, garbage dumps, garbage disposals, and everything else, because obviously you can't have human remains in your house and be safe. So let's just go over this one more time. Numbers from December 8, 2022 to January 12, 2023. 60,000 deaths per day. 37 million infected, 200 per day. 248 million overall infected. That is surpassing the hospital capacity by 2.5 times to be able to treat it. Some of the countries now, like France and everybody else, are saying, wait a minute, you can't come into our country unless you show a negative COVID test. Of course, the idiot-in-chief and Mayorkas still have open borders in which 160 countries are just pouring through, no COVID test, seldom masked, certainly not vaccinated, and they are welcomed here. But yet, if you fly into the country, you have to show a negative COVID test for at least 1 week. Tell me how that makes sense. And what's even more disturbing is the University of Boston is now working on a COVID, or claims to have a COVID variant, with 80 to 90% death rate here in the United States. Why do we even have that here in the United States? Why are they working on such a horrible viral drug? And then you have Bill Gates flapping his gums saying, yeah, there's going to be a second pandemic. Oh yeah, this will get your attention and it will be worse than the first. And they war-gamed a pandemic, and you can still find it on YouTube, Event 201, these world globalists broadcast what their plans are for us in advance so they can say, I told you so, I warned you, this is what's going to happen, and then it happens. So look up Event 201, look at the highlights of it. They war gamed a viral epidemic, and then it occurred 3 months later. Now they're broadcasting a similar one with a higher mortality rate. Gee, what a coincidence. They have an 80% death rate virus now. They're war gaming what would happen then, along with the supply train. What do you think is going to happen? It's time to get yourself right with God. And it is time to get yourself baptized, submerged in water in the name of Jesus Christ. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Greg out.